Visibility means more brand awareness, more connections, more sales conversations. And this does not necessarily translate into more likes and comments on your posts. It just means that you're getting seen more, which means you can help more people, make more income, and make more impact. Welcome to the Empowered Woman Podcast, the #1 show on visibility strategies for women entrepreneurs. If you want to get empowered to be seen, stand out on social media, stages, TV, and more to make an impact with your voice and business, you're in the right place. I'm so glad that you're here. My name is Marta, and I'm your host, professional singer and visibility strategist. Welcome again, and let's dive into today's episode. One thing I don't talk about enough is the impact podcasting has had on my professional life and how it opened so many doors for me. So if you want to start a podcast or you want to level up your current one, then you need to work with my podcast strategist, Juliana Barbati. She owns a podcast marketing and production agency, and her team takes care of everything from editing and optimizing to scheduling for you, making this process a breeze for you. She's seriously the best. All her info is in the show notes. You can go to julianabarbati.com and tell her I sent you. Something I've been talking a lot about lately with clients and why I decided it needed its whole podcast episode on is visibility over engagement. Now, in a world where social media is one of the main avenues for you to connect with your audience, and even podcasting, right? Tracking the amount of downloads and all that stuff, it is very easy to get discouraged in the business building process when you don't see a whole lot of engagement. Now, I'm going to share with you my philosophy when it comes to engagement and how I have been able to grow my business with this philosophy, because there are people out there that teach things differently. So I am teaching it from my perspective, what has worked for me and what works for my clients as they follow my advice, is that if you are going to get caught up in the metrics and the data of how many people saw this post, what's the best time for you to post, what is the best type of content that your people resonate with, and then that's what you're going to create more of, then that's all great, but that's not what I teach. It has been my experience that you can't learn something in your head. You have to do it out there. And much like gaining practice with speaking, the more stage time you get, the better speaker you become. The same thing goes for your content on social media. So if you're going to be worried about creating the perfect post to get a certain amount of likes and engagement, you're never going to put anything out there, because not everything is going to get the same type of engagement. To this day, obviously because the algorithm changes, but to this day, 7 years into my online coaching business, I don't really know for sure what is going to land when it comes to engagement or what is not. I have learned that pictures of my kids, pictures of puppies, or some fun trip, exotic location is going to get a lot of attention, or whenever I post a video of me singing the national anthem. But that doesn't necessarily translate into sales, friends. So what does visibility mean? I feel it's important to clarify that as well. So if you're still attached at how many people are liking your things, and that's why you're not creating as much content and talking about your offers, then you're missing out. And that's why I say, if you don't have a solid visibility strategy, you're not helping as many people as you could. And therefore, you're not making as much money as you could. So visibility trumps engagement anytime in my book. So many times I've heard people say that they deleted posts because only one person liked and it was their mom. So what? It's still out there and it's still getting seen. Your job is to get seen. It's not to get likes. So once you switch that in your brain, the way you show up and so on social media is going to be so different. And the same thing goes for the podcast. I actually switched off the metrics a long time ago because I got so caught up into people that were just starting off shows and getting to 1 million downloads super fast, or even 100,000 downloads super fast. And I decided that didn't matter. If I am not connecting with people, it doesn't matter how many people are listening to me, right? If they are not hiring me and if I'm not helping them directly with my coaching, then it doesn't matter if it's 3 people or 300 people that are listening to the show. Obviously, it's a stroke to the ego when more things get engagement, but I have been more interested in direct connections, direct sales conversations in sales than just the vanity metrics. So basically, this is my message for you today. Are you getting caught up in vanity metrics? Because this is what keeps happening over and over again. No matter how many times I tell my clients this, they will come back and say, yeah, I did what you told me, but barely anyone commented on it. And I say, that's not the point. The point is that you put it out there. And time again, I will connect with people in person at events that I go to, and they will tell me, oh, I saw this one thing that you put up. They didn't like it or comment that post. I know for a fact, but they still saw it. And isn't that what we want? It's visibility. So if you're putting the content out there, you are doing your job. Now, it's a matter to put in the work elsewhere. And this is the other part of visibility that not many people talk about is if you're being consistent with putting content out there and you're not caring if you're getting likes or not, and you're still not getting more sales, then I would bet that you're not doing your job when it comes to networking. You're not adding new people to your network, that you're not connecting with them on a personal level, in person or on a Zoom call or on a phone call or conversations in the DMs. All those things are really important. And if you're telling me that you are doing social media content and you are networking the way that I'm telling you to network, then something is off. And I would love to really get in your business and understand what exactly you're doing. Because there is no way, if you're meeting with people genuinely and you're connecting with them on social media and they're seeing your content over and over again, there is no way that you're not going to get more sales because people start trusting you more once you connect with them personally. So those are the two missing pieces that I see a lot. Is oftentimes people will be great at connecting with others, but they're not upfront about what they're selling in their content because they think they're inconveniencing their audience by asking for the sale. Well, if you don't ask, you're never going to get it. So that's one side of it. And the other side of it is people are just acting like a know-it-all, putting all the content up and not connecting individually. Can you guess which camp I was in? I was always in the camp of, I'm going to put all the content I can post all day long. I can create all kinds of different things. But don't ask me to connect with people individually. I just thought it was a waste of time. I was like, what's next? Give me the money. And once I started connecting with people personally, and I will say doing networking in person helped me a lot because it was easier for me to connect with another human being as opposed to just, oh, it's just another number and another sale for me. It was, wow, this is a real person with real problems, with children. And my gosh, I don't even want to impose a sale on this person. And then I went onto the other side of the spectrum. But it helped balance me out, if you know what I mean. So are you doing either of those things? Because networking is also visibility. And I always say this, as much as you love networking, if you're a networking person, you can't network every day. You're not going to go to groups in person every day, and you're most likely not going to have a million calls with people every day because otherwise, when are you actually going to work on your business, right, and serve your clients? So that's where social media content fills in the gap. So it's really checking the box of, did I make my post today to talk about my offer, right? And am I continuously engaging with people? That's your job. Your job is to make sure people out there know you have a business, understand what your offer is, and understand why they need it or why somebody that they know may need it so they can refer them to you. That is really the goal that I establish for my clients and for myself is after a conversation with you, they need to know what your business is enough that they could tell someone else, oh, I just talked to Marta and this is what she does. Because if you're not conveying it clearly, then that's why sales are not being made. And typically it's because you think you're being too pushy. So if you think you're being too pushy when it comes to sales, let me tell you, my friend, sales are not going to just happen on their own. And they may, but it's going to be few and far between and you can't really sustain yourself that way. So main takeaway, visibility over engagement. If you have been pouting that people are not liking your content as much as the other coach that does the same thing as you're doing, don't worry about it. Your job is to put stuff in front of them and make offers. So I'm not just saying putting random content. It's being intentional about it. And I will say this again, something is better than nothing. But once you're doing something and doing it consistently, you better create a plan and you better get strategic with it. And that's exactly what I teach my clients. I help them get moving in case they're stuck. And once they get moving, we get more intentional so that we can have more predictable results. There are several ways that I can help you with that. but I would love to invite you to apply to be in my mastermind, More Visibility Mastermind. It's an intimate group. We work together for 6 months, max 15 people in a cohort. It's a coach-led mastermind, which means I am coaching you as the leader, but you get the peer support from other entrepreneurs in the group that are also looking into increasing their visibility, whether it be by refining their social media strategy or getting more into speaking or really getting intentional about their networking. The first step really is recognizing, what are you lacking on? What could you do a better job with when it comes to your visibility? Is it your social media presence or your email marketing presence? Is it your networking, or is it your speaking, or is it all of the above? And I can help you with that. So make sure you follow the link in the show notes to apply. It's a quick Google form where you'll tell me more about your business. And then I will reach back out, book a call, we'll talk more and see if the mastermind is a fit for you. But I would love to support you. And remember, visibility over engagement any day.
Thanks so much for tuning in today. I hope this episode empowered you. And if you've enjoyed the show, please join the Empowered Woman community on Facebook and share with friends or leave a review on iTunes so more people can discover this empowering message. Until next time, bye.